So here I'm in Odesa. It is the mid-afternoon. Last night, the city was the subject of another vicious Russian drone attack in multiple locations across the city. Here we have a residential building that's been hit, and the authorities are saying that so far few people have injured. Thankfully, I haven't heard any reports of anyone who was killed. It was in several parts of the city, as I said. Many residential buildings were hit, also the port, which is close to the center here. And this is another example of what Ukrainians have been living with for the last more than 4 years since the 2022 Russian extended invasion of Ukraine. And the big takeaway is that even though a city like Odesa is far from the front lines and Russia has basically stalled out in terms of making progress towards the city, it's been really incremental over the last 2 years how much progress Russia has made in terms of taking Ukrainian territory. And recently we've actually seen the Ukrainians start to reverse those previous Russian gains. Still, in a city like this, like here in Odesa or in Kyiv, the capital, Lviv, Dnipro, Zaporizhia, Kharkiv, of course Kherson, where the situation is really dire since it's so close to the front lines. But cities still far away can be hit by Russian terrorism at any time. And last night, Russia launched the biggest attack with drones on this city since Donald Trump started Operation Epic Fury in the Middle East. We had seen a big drop in the number of attacks in the meantime, and now they are back again here in Odesa, terrorizing the local population here. And it's interesting to make that segue back to what's happening in the Middle East, because the technology that Ukraine has developed to take out as many of these drones that attacked the city last night as possible, not 100% effective, but they have been making gains with their interceptor drones, which take out the Russian kamikaze drones that come in here. Those are drones that Russia learned to produce from the Iranians. It's Iranian technology that Iran helped Russia develop. And now you see that Ukraine is in a position to help the allies of the US, in effect, in the region that have been attacked, also civilians in Dubai, in Bahrain, other parts of the United Arab Emirates like Abu Dhabi, or there in other parts like Oman, in the region, also Qatar, that it is the Ukrainians, because they faced the same threat for pretty much over 4 years from the Russians with their helpers, the Iranians. They have developed the countermeasures, and now this country, Ukraine, is in a great position to actually help those potential partners in the Middle East. Could also be obviously Israel and the US itself, even though Donald Trump keeps claiming he doesn't need Ukraine's help or Zelensky's help. Well, the technology that helps take down the drones here is going to be very useful in helping people in other parts of the world defend themselves from Russia and its allies or proxies like Iran. Russia is alleged to be supplying the information, some intel to the Iranians to help them target Americans at the moment. And this country, Ukraine, could be the savior for American soldiers and civilians in the Middle East, because they are in a position they can help with the technology to encounter these drones. So on that more upbeat note, on another day where we've seen attacks on civilians in Ukraine, say do pobачення, do перемоги.